I'm Kevin Griffin. Me and my wife been married for 24 years. We have three beautiful kids. I got one that's 29, I got one that's 26, and my baby girl is 22. This current time, I'm a firefighter. I've been a firefighter for the last 19 years. So just me changing my life and taking the small steps to want better, to do better, and take care of my family got me to where I am now. I'm a property owner. I'm a multi-property owner. I'm a business owner, and I'm a loving husband and devoted father to my kids. I love my community, so that's why I'm the community side. I go out and organize and get you guys to come out in the community. Our goal is to make sure our community is safe. We all come from pretty much the same community. We want to make sure our community is safe.
I am going to pass the ball to my president, Charles Barney.
Hey, what's happening? Y'all want to say good evening to everybody that's on this call. And if you did take that step to be on this call, you're looking for some kind of change, some kind of guidance, or some kind of growth. And all three of those are here. I appreciate you guys for coming out. It's going to be a very informative night. So if you guys can, y'all might want to take some notes, get some special dates or some things we will have to offer. And I look to working with you guys to the future to help this community, Indianapolis as a whole, not just 46208, but as a whole, change the trajectory of where we're going. Because if you can pay attention, Indianapolis is taking a dump right now. And we have a lot of positive things that this city can do for us, and we pushing for that. So I just want to say I appreciate y'all coming out tonight, and I want to pass it on to the CEO, Shane Shepard.
Hello, man. Peace and peace. I'm smiling big, man, because I see so many beautiful black faces. I'm a lover of black people. I love to see us together. I love to see us group up. So welcome to this call. This is to inform you. This is a Big Homie of America info call. This is to kind of give you a rundown of what Big Homies of America stands for, what we do, and where we aiming to go. So what we have here, man, this is not an organization. This is not those things that you see downtown, because what we are is we really genuinely are a grassroots organization. And what we have here is two separate organizations. One is a nonprofit organization, which is the Stephen E. Shepard Community Foundation, which that gentleman in the middle of this picture, if you can see my pointer, is Kevin Griffin Sr. He's the president of said organization. That organization is our umbrella organization. It covers us in the rain. Some of the problems in our community, it says problems. Our communities are suffering and have been for a while. Number one point to me in our community, in our group, is poverty and a poverty mindset over the last few generations. Notice what I said, poverty and poverty mindset, two separate things. You could be dead broke and already have it on your mind that I'm getting somewhere and I'm going somewhere. So you don't have a poverty mindset. You just dead broke right now. But you already got an idea in your brain. This is what it's going to require for me to get out of this. And I can see wealth. I can see it coming. I can see it happening. So I'm okay with being the 7-Eleven security guard right now. Because I know at the end of the day, I'm stacking my bread or I'm getting my credit right. I'm here for a reason. I know this ain't my end game. So I'm looking at this job that I'm currently working as a seed. So poverty mindset has been something that we've been suffering from over the last few years. And suffering from that poverty mindset, guess what else we suffer from? A lack of care and respect for self, each other, and our environment. That's why our hoods look the way they do. That's why the grass is high. Even the government don't care about your neighborhood. People ride down your street and throw something out on the ground because you ride down your street and throw something on the ground. But that ain't even the worst of it. Forget the dirt. You don't respect yourself no more. Women walk around half naked, intoxicated, knowing that they being looked at as mothers and nurses of civilization, but you've been around every block, every corner, every hood, doing every drug all week long, every month. This is what happens. Men, young men, drinking, drugging, all they want to do is figure out the next hustle. How can I steal something, rob something? And what's worse is we actually done seeing babies kill each other now. When we was young, it was like very rare for a person under 17 or 18 to have a body. Lack of care and lack of respect for self and each other, plus our environment, has led to violence and death being normal, and it has no respect for age, gender, or class. When we was coming up, it was a code to the streets. Hey man, women and kids over there, don't shoot it up. Or man, you see him with his mama and them, stall him out. We wouldn't even jump you in front of your mama. We wouldn't even jump you in front of your girl. You got that, big dog. We're gonna let you get away. These days, it don't respect your age, Little kids is dying. I mean, little kid, 1-year-olds, 2-year-olds, 5-year-olds. It's normal. Gender. It used to be a male-dominated thing. Now our females die just as fast. Not just on accident. No, they're actually being targeted and murdered. Girls, because they got their hand in stuff that they shouldn't have their hand in. What's going on because of that? Our future is dying by way of our young people. If we do not have young people to grow into old people, who is going to be around to represent our interests in the future? Nobody. Nothing. We already barely got representation now. Now it's up to us, this generation and beyond, to say, hey man, what are we going to do to save some of these young people? Because these young people need to grow to become these middle-aged people, to grow to become these old people, or we're going to have a gap where somebody's not going to be protected. Somebody's going to be vulnerable, and it's going to be the women and children. And you know what they used to call it in the Bible back in the day, when somebody come and conquer all your land and kill all your men, get what they going to take? The booty. The booty consisted of the women, the kids, and the money. I don't want nobody being able to come along and take the booty or the bounty from amongst my community because we didn't think that there was a problem with all of our warrior-aged young men and protectors dying. I don't like that. We shouldn't like that. We shouldn't want to be those people. Lastly, being that that's going on, it says our elders don't feel safe and are relatively unheard or unattended to. Nobody attends to them because nobody's caring. All their kids are locked up or dead or on drugs. And so what's the solution for the community? What do they do? And that's really our sheriff, and that's really our jail. Sorry, if you didn't know, that's really him right there. What's their solution? Racial and economic inequality. It says mass incarceration disproportionately affects people of color, particularly Black and Latino communities. Studies show that Black men are incarcerated for drug offenses at a rate 10 times greater than white men, despite similar drug usage rates. Incarceration is also highly correlated with poverty and lack of education. But at the bottom of it, they definitely give you some truth and say incarceration is also highly correlated with poverty and lack. No, it's 100% correlated with it. 100% correlated with it, because one leads to the other or the other leads back to it. Poverty will lead you to incarceration, or incarceration will keep you in poverty. One of the two. So they connected. There's no maybe correlation. They're 100% related to each other. It says mass incarceration equals poverty for us, but wealth for the system that created. Look at his background. Right now, you got every one of these men over here. I think it's like $50, $60, $70 a day to be incarcerated. He get paid well because he the superintendent, he the sheriff. He get paid well because he just come to work. She get paid. The dude who fed him, the guy who booked him in, the dude who took their picture, the dude who did the fingerprint, the lady who come in at 12, the nurse get a little bit. Everybody get a dribble. That's how they paying their bills. Off of bodies. Same thing you heard back in the day. Oh, slavery is real. Oh no, it's real. It's in your face. Look at this picture at the bottom. And that's in the day room. Look up here. These are the cells up here. These don't supposed to be down here. But it's money. So guess what? I don't care about you having no privacy. This is dangerous. This is a sexual assault waiting to happen, a violation of your manhood waiting to happen, physical safety waiting to happen, somebody steal your stuff waiting to happen, but they don't care because these people have decided your body is worth money. It says by creating pathways to progress, Big Homies of America helps members boycott the system. See, in Big Homies of America, we don't get locked up for stupid, dumb, small, money chase crimes or we can't pay our bills. For one, we got a dues pot, so if we really need it, we can just call one of the homies and really get that money if we need it. Two, we always been pushed in the path of progress. If I don't have a job today, I'm gonna have one tomorrow. All I gotta do is stop smoking weed. So it's up to me how fast I get a job. $20 or better, full benefits, stuff like that. So by us helping you get on your feet, we helping you boycott the system. We helping you boycott probation, boycott jail, get your probation fees paid off, get your driver's license back, get off that child support arrearages that they got you stuck on because you don't understand the laws, get you back on your feet. And it says by recruiting these liabilities and turning them into assets, we change the narrative and the value put on our time and lives. See, right here, they gave him a little TV, little newspaper, sitting in there, they warehousing them. But every hour he in there, somebody getting paid heavy and tough. So they okay with him sitting there. Oh, you can't make bond? Don't worry about it. Just keep sitting right here because it's overcrowded. We got to hire people. Becky, Sue, and John get another job. It's a game, and we ain't playing it over here at Big Homies of America. We done with it. What I just talked about was taking those same men in orange, taking the same liabilities that's on society. Because once you get locked up, you become a taxpayer burden. Once you go to hospital or get shot, you become a taxpayer burden. Once you drop out of high school and you now the police is chasing you around the neighborhoods, you become a taxpayer burden because you didn't make it into the system to become a taxpayer. So you're a taxpayer burden. So what we saying is taking those same liabilities, turning them into assets. If you look in this picture above at the top where you see the leadership along with one of our community partners, Ms. Owens, you see some guys that used to be liabilities. I'm in the picture, was a heavy liability, if not the heaviest liability, not only on my community, on my family, all of it. Just a liability just waiting to happen. It's a few more in the picture. I'm not going to point out nobody's flaws, but now when you look at that picture, you see number assets. Every last one of them is an asset. If it ain't an asset to the community, it's an asset to their family. Their kids look at them different. They got the respect of their mama. Their auntie seeing them doing a little different. Like, man, boy, I was praying for you, boy. I didn't know how you was going to turn out. And now we starting to turn those corners. Some of them 45 and 50. Some of them 20 and 21. So it just depends on where you fall in this gap at. If you too ashamed to get yourself together, then you will stay on that bad road. But if you like, man, look, I'm sick of it, bro. That's like altar call at church. That's basically what this is for the streets. It's altar call. We throwing the net out there. If you ain't never met the Lord, you know what they tell you. If you ain't met him, come on down. Come on down front. That's what we doing at Big Homies. And we not benefiting from it. We don't get paid because you get in here. We get in here and we say, hey, man, we want to create stronger men because guess what happens? These men right here, right now, are liabilities on the system, but an asset for the stakeholders. That's what they are. They are a liability on the taxpayer, which is the community, but the asset for the stakeholders. They like stock. And now look, young man, youth out here serving the community, bagging up vegetables. In this picture over here, young man, youth on construction sites with real jobs, concrete work, getting it in. Young people. This is the same young man right here in this picture. Same young man down here. See, down here, he puts it in. We help him. He gets into get this job, get this apprenticeship. Then when we need him in the community, he steps up and he helps Kev. He helps Charles. And they turn and help him back. Down here, what you see is this is Kevin's baby, and this is Brittany's baby. So therefore, it makes it my baby because they my community partners, and they love taking care of the seniors and the older people in our community. This is actually my wife over at a building in our community, part of our structure where we do business at 1090 West 23rd Street. Where it's a community center for elderly people. It's an adult day center, and these are real pictures. And so this is the leadership team. Obviously, you see the leadership runs in a specific order. Kevin Griffin Sr. is the president of the overarching umbrella, which is SCSCF, Stephen E. Shepard Community Foundation. Stephen E. Shepard is my father. He died of mental health and substance abuse issues. And so that's the inspiration behind the organization, is to try to get black men to not go down the same path that my father went down. Charles Burney is the president of Big Homies of America, which is a different organization, but they work hand in hand. And that organization was created by none other than myself because I knew that black men was not hireable in certain positions, not even in the nonprofit organization that I founded. And so we needed something that we can go out and get contract work for these men to be able to get in better positions. And there was the birth of Big Homies of America. Like I said, his right-hand man is none other than Daniel Perryman. Since the day they met, they hit it off. They from opposite sides of town. They from two different generations. They played different games in the streets, but ever since they've met, they've been on the same page. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. Daniel's not everybody's cup of tea. Charles is not everybody's cup of tea. Kevin's not everybody's cup of tea. But between the four of us, somebody can get some tea out of this situation. And when I say tea, that means I can come and learn some of the values of it. I can come and understand what my 3Ds are: dedication, determination, and discipline. Kevin can teach you that because the man's a firefighter. That man can tell you about some dedication, determination, and discipline. I myself can tell you about proper preparation, preventing a poor performance. I live it. It's my life. I can tell you that from experience. That man Charles Burney can tell you, if you got $100 before you think about paying the bill, man, you need to turn that $100 into at least $125. Keep the 25, pay the bill, man, again, start flipping again. He's always trying to teach you about financial literacy and understanding your money and what real wealth looks like. Not riches, not fast money, wealth.
What's happening, y'all? Thursday night stock talk is basically this right here. We live in a world that's operated and moved by money. Everything's monetary. Everything. Everything right now is monetary except air. So by money being that important in your life, it deserves a discussion on the regular. And that's what I do. I take the time to understand where we are disadvantaged at as being African Americans. We didn't get the tools to be able to survive in a world that was always against us and still is against us. So for us to make do, we have to come together slightly, talk about this money, talk about growing this money, talk about making sure these kids are truly taken care of in their future. And that's what I do every Thursday. I do it every day, but on Thursday, I give that game away for free. If you look online, you'll see they're going to charge you $5,000, $10,000 for the game I'm giving away for free. And I'll give that game away for free because I feel like the Lord blessed me to have it. And I'm not holding on to nothing. If I know it, I'm gonna give it away. And if I don't know it, give me a week and I'm gonna know it. And that's what I do. I take pride in helping everybody understand what money is here for what money is here to do. And I make sure weekly that we turning some dollars. Every week we gotta be turning some dollars. And you can earn the money all day long, but if you don't have the education, you're gonna be broke regardless. It don't matter if you make it $20 an hour or 40, 60. You can still be check to check. And that just ultimately means your budget is shitter. Sorry to say, but that means your budget is off. And I teach you how to budget. I teach you how to save. I teach you where to invest, how to invest. And then I also teach you how to trade in the stock market. Because at the end of the day, me giving you the stock codes every day is not going to help you if I die tomorrow. But me showing you how to go and get those stock codes yourself, it's a game you can live the rest of your life. I myself took myself out of the workforce. I've been out of the workforce about a year and a half, and the stock market has made that possible for me. So on Thursdays, man, tap in, man. I got $1 million worth of game for free, and that's what I take pride in doing, man. And I hope to see y'all out there. And that's me.
It's almost unbelievable. Do not miss this free opportunity. And when I say free, it comes with some skin. Because being Big Homie of America, it got some responsibilities. So a lot of the opportunity that you get, these trades, these jobs, these stocks, these opportunities, getting certain things in your life fixed, it comes with some sacrifice. That sacrifice is being accountable to your brother, being on time when you say you're gonna be somewhere. If it's dues to be paid, making sure that you're paying your dues, but nonetheless, being accountable to your brothers that get you in the club, that get you this type of game that you're not gonna get nowhere for free. Myself, I teach on Tuesdays. It's called Truth and Change. That is a book that I wrote years ago, and it's a curriculum for and about young black males, but I discovered along the way that it's about people in general because it's built on universal principles. In that book, I start to teach you how to view situations. The strength of your perception can definitely lead to your making or breaking. Some people see the world in the glass and half empty. Some see it half full, and that's a reality. I'm a guy that see everything as half full. We rolling. Cause I understand what I'm dealing with. Like Charles said, they've been trying to break us down and beat me down my whole life. So I understand it. Now I get where I'm playing from. So when I come up to bat, I know here come the fastball and it's coming in and it's coming in tight. So I got to prepare for that. He's not going to not throw the fastball and push it up to my chest because he keeps me from hitting the ball like that. That's the same thing that they do in real life with us. You think they've not figured out how to defend you from going where you need to go and get what you need to get? They know what to do. Distract you with a little bit of money because we've starved you for so long. Distract you with a little bit of flesh because you so overly sexualized. Distract you with a little bit of drugs and alcohol because you hate being in the condition that you're in and you just don't know how to escape. They trick us. And by the time we look up in this world full of sex, weed, and alcohol, this rock and roll lifestyle, we 40 years old trying to figure it out. We don't want you to miss the ride. So on Tuesdays, that's what I do. And then on Sunday morning, if you're interested, and we've been on this for about a year on Sunday mornings at 10 o'clock because some people just don't go to normal church no more. So we obviously don't want to get away from the Most High because church done turned us off. So we doing Bible study, and it's a very, very blessed, spirit-led situation on Sunday mornings at 10. So if you big homie or not, you're more than welcome to do it. With that, I'm going to turn it over to Daniel. And I'm going to allow Daniel to tell us what happens on Wednesdays.
Thank you. I greatly appreciate it. Wednesday to me is just important as the Tuesdays, the Thursdays, and the Sundays if you do attend as well. On the strength that mental health 20 years ago, you really wouldn't have heard about it. But today in the times, people are starting to understand that mental health is real. And if your mental is not in the right place, then everything that you do, it will never line up the right way. If you were to go into, say, a new job and you were looking at it as a job instead of a career path, your mental is not in the right place. At times people go through things and they feel like, oh, it's best. I'm a man. I got big shoulders. I can hold this. And they'll hold it in and then it'll explode. And that's not a good thing. Wednesdays, this is a space where you to come in and be completely true, safe, and share your feelings, thoughts, and things that you go through. Even if it's not even you saying, I need help. If it's just you verbally saying, I'm going through this is how I'm trying to attack it. With enough brothers on and sisters on this call, there's somebody that's going to be able to give you a word to uplift you. A lot of times we have people come on and we do a rating and we say, how you doing from a 1 to 10? Anything 7 or below, we're going to stop and make sure that we pour into that brother to bring him up to at least an 8, but we're looking for a 9. And a lot of people come on and they say, oh, I'm at an 8 today. You know, it's a little rough. Or I'm at a 9. I got room for a 10. But then after they get off that meeting and they shared and opened up and somebody has said something that they didn't even know was uplifting the next person, now that person leaves that meeting on a 10. The expectations is that at 8 o'clock, and you need to be on that Zoom link. By 8:05, we getting ready to take off. I respect your time just like I respect my own time. And if you are not serious about time, then you're going to get left behind. Showing up late, that's not in my rep.
It's not personal, it's business. Mr. Kevin Griffin, and he is behind us 100% when it comes to our financial matters. And there's a situation where there's dues that are involved with being Big Homie of America. If you Big Homie of America and you've already made it through and you already a member, then your dues are just $10 a week. But if you're a new member and you just getting in, your dues are $15 a week. If you multiply either one of them times 4, if you're a member, it would cost you $10 a week. Times 4, that's $40. If you're a new member and you're going through our 90-day soft skills program, it's going to be $15 a week, which is $60 a month. You can't get that, no, you can't beat that nowhere with a stick with the type of information that you're going to be gathering, as well as the type of opportunities is going to be at your disposal. The reason why we know everybody is going to be able to afford to pay dues is because everybody have opportunity to earn income. So we found a way to be dependent on self, and sometimes it takes a little sacrifice, but as it gathers up, it enables us to do some of the things that he done today, which is pay for a young man who is going into an apprenticeship's tools. So now you go into your full apprenticeship with your tools on. However, he don't owe that young man tools. But being that that young man is a member of the organization and he's current on his dues, he was able to get his tools paid for. So sometimes you just paying it forward. It's really like you investing something into the pot for you to be able to draw it out later on to be a benefit to self.
Anybody who wasn't here when I introduced myself earlier, I'm Kevin Griffin. I'm the president of the Stephen Shepherd Foundation. What I do on the nonprofit side, I go identify the elderly who need help, and you guys go do the work. The elderly don't pay. I pay you guys. The only way I'm able to pay you guys is by us being self-funded. I have a saying, whoever you allow to feed you, you allow them to starve you. Let me say that again. Whoever you allow to feed you, you allow them to starve you. If we allow the government to feed us, depending on who's in the administration is up here, whether it's governor, mayor, president, or whatever, we allow them to starve us. If they say, hey, we don't want to do anything that got to do with black men, now we're sitting on the sidelines starving. We don't want to be those people sitting on the sidelines starving. We are merit-based. What I mean by merit-based, if you're a part of this organization, you have to lend your time and talents. What time and talent look like is, we like to help the older people in our community. If I put the back call out, you guys will see that a little later, what the back call looks like. If I put the back call out and say, hey, I need some help, I need some men over in the community who help cut some grass, to help mentor some young men at a school, to help an older lady fix her faucet or wrap her pipes, I'm gonna need some men. I understand that people work, people have things they gotta do, but you gotta lend some of your time and talent over here. We use a model called the A, B, and C's. And when I say A, B, and C's, you're gonna hear us say alpha males. Alpha males don't mean you tough, don't mean that somebody can beat you up. That's not what we consider alpha male. Alpha male is somebody who's come from our community, come from our environment, who's willing to come back and give our time, talents, and treasures. Again, I come back and give our time, talent, and treasure to this organization. That's what we consider alpha male. You have support for your family, you have protect for your family. That's it. That doesn't, like, again, that doesn't mean I'm tougher than you or you tougher than me. Bees. The bees are the guys who want to change their lives, who will come to this program. There's a lot of you guys on this call right now who we consider you the bees. You want to step your life up. You want to get your game up. What I mean by game is you want to have some dust in your pockets. You want to get your woman off your back when it comes to not being able to bring some money in there, and you want to be able to take care of your kids and protect your kids. That's what we call the bees. Our C's or the elderly in our community. If you want, if you be honest, they might be our most important in our community. If our elders don't feel safe and they're not doing right, nobody's doing right. So that's where our elders don't pay for anything. If we have anything to do with it, our elders don't pay. If somebody in our organization should be able to go over there. That's why we focus heavily on the trades. If we got you somebody in plumbing, carpentry, electrical, HVAC, and when our elderly needs some of that done, somebody in this organization gonna do it. If we can't do it, that's my role. I go partner with other organizations who get grant money to go out and fix our elderly home. If you under a certain income level, you can get your home fixed for free. So I go out and make partners with them. So yes, I am the president of the Stephen E. Shepherd Community Foundation, but I wear two hats. I am a big homie. I wear both hats. I get out in the field just like everybody else. You'll see me in some pictures. I might be out there by myself knocking on doors. I might be out myself delivering food. I'm gonna get in the trenches. I'm not gonna ask anybody to do anything I am not willing to do.
I was really just wondering how do basically I get involved into the program and start to be able to work on bettering myself.
Well, you already started because your mother is Miss Katina, and she like a real OG big homie in this place, man. So you already connected, and she done spoke so highly of you for so long that now the next steps are you just drop your name or number in the chat. I think Mr. Perryman is going to collect those up if they come into that chat, and then we're going to send you a packet. When you get that packet, this is an initial inquiry form. Somebody going to reach out to you within the next 48 to 72 hours, and they're going to go ahead and take you to the next step of onboarding. Once that process happens, just know on Tuesday nights, Wednesday nights, and Thursday nights at 8 p.m., we're expecting you because now you've enrolled and you've engaged in this endeavor. We're going to have jobs for you through the day. You're going to be able to get involved and keep doing your normal life activities, but we're going to be expecting you on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday evenings. So that's kind of the process. Can you see the necessity for organizations such as the one that we have?
Yeah, I can see a need for this, but a simple fact, I know a lot of dudes around my age. I really can't say nothing for no older dudes. We ain't really got no resources or help. So it's a continuous cycle to. So like you have a necessity to try to get some money, and I don't know what we know how to do it is, be back out in the streets, and then back in prison, then back out doing the same stuff over and over again. So everything y'all offer has been offered by these organization, I feel like is really bigger than what I thought it would be. Like it's something that everybody needs for real.
Yes, sir. Well, we appreciate that. And one thing I will say about this organization is we know gas, we know fluff. We haven't even really exposed the things that you really like. It's life changing. If you don't have skills, and especially a man like your age, to get to wake up tomorrow whenever you can pass a P test and go get in the Carpenters Union because of our phone call the next day, that's monumental. It's some big organizations and big programs in the city that don't have that type of pipeline relationship, but they know who we are, they know who we serve, and they know how we coming. So they know if we make a phone call and say, hey, my partner need a job, you going to work tomorrow. And we got menial jobs, we got jobs in spaces.
Hey,
yes, sir.
I just want you to use a different word. We don't got jobs. We got segues to careers.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir, absolutely. As understood, Mr. Perryman is going to stand on business. Job is the dude to stand in front of the store Safeway, making sure he can look at your receipt. That's a job. These here are careers. Even the lowliest of our apprentices, they all in the career sector. Even because we don't go after none of those. So I am staying corrected. We have one that is in the HVAC industry. We have one that is in the concrete industry. But my baby and the one that I love the most is the Midwest Carpenters Union. that is second to none. Because when you get in there, you got benefits that's akin to a firefighter's benefits. You in a union, meaning you can stop soon as you get in there, as soon as you get vetted, you can just pick up and say, you know what, I'm moving to Tennessee tomorrow, and go down there and show them your carpenter card, and you gotta work. They gotta put you to work because you in a union. So that type of opportunity, man, is second to none. But
if you was listening earlier, you heard Kevin speak to us going out doing elderly homes. We also have partnered with them as well to bring that to our communities. Because once we get you 2, 3, 4 weeks, a month, at least a month under our belt to actually hear how you talk, see what you really own, give you a chance to actually come out and represent with us.
Yes, sir.
If you meet the qualifications, we're not here to hold you down.
Yes,
we're here to help you out. So if you show the fortitude and the wannabe and the attitude that we're looking for, like Shane said, all it is a phone call. At just those credentials that you have right now, if we were wanted to, we could push the button tomorrow and potentially have you on the work site by next Friday.
Yes, sir.
And with that being said, I greatly appreciate everybody's time this afternoon. Go ahead, have a great, safe night. Go Pacers tomorrow afternoon. And at that, we out.